What's going on, everyone? Michael from Artistry Works here. Today, I'm excited to announce that I have finally released something that has been in the works for about 10 years now, and that is my very first etude book. The majority of the work was completed in the last 18 months or so, in addition to everything else that I've had going on, getting married, having a baby. But with all the other things going on in my life, this item I am probably the most proud of, not including the baby. Now, the book is called Michael Benning, Arco Bass Method for Jazz Bassists. So like I said, the idea came to me quite a few years ago when I was searching for more literature about using the bow with jazz. And I noticed there's really not that much out there. Obviously, for all the classical bass players, there's oodles and oodles of etude books where it's just assumed you'll use a bow. But for jazz, not so much. I did come across a Paul Chambers transcription book of many of his arco solos, which are fantastic and I would highly recommend. But I really haven't seen much jazz-based literature focusing on the use of the bow. So I'm not going to claim that I wrote anything groundbreaking by any means, but I at least wanted to try and put my hat in the ring, so to speak, to encourage more jazz bass players to use the bow. And I do expect students who would go through the book to have at least a moderate grasp of music theory. The book is a total of 75 pages, 50 of which are music notation, and 25 of which are written description, with some photos included for fun. At the very least, I'm hoping bass players that go through this book will think about different rhythmic ideas, melodic ideas, slurring, phrasing ideas when improvising their own bowed solos. The book will follow a standard format throughout all the chapters, of which there are 6 in part 1. First, there will be fingerings for a major scale. Next, there will be a simple variation on the major scale, which can be used across any of the other chapters. Next, there will be 3 classical style etudes, most of which are played with the straight 8th style, but a couple can be played swung as well. Lastly, I include transcriptions of my own solos over 3 famous jazz tunes that I hope people will use as sort of a launch pad before they try and improvise their own solos. Take some of my ideas, ignore them, totally up to you. Just something else to consider. Many of the customers from my website who have purchased transcriptions in the past have requested a sample of chapter 1, and for all of you that have, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That first chapter has been updated quite a bit, so if you did request a sample in the past and haven't purchased anything since, the newest version of chapter 1 is available now with the book as well as a sample. The excerpt I will be performing in just a little bit is an example from chapter 2, in which the rhythms and the slurs get a little bit more intricate and advanced. I really think as the book goes on and my writing got better over the process, funny enough, that the examples get a little bit more difficult, a little bit more musical, and perhaps a little bit more nuanced as well. As this is my first attempt at an etude book, I'm sure there will be plenty of moments that don't seem to make much sense to the reader. Some of them might not even make much sense to the author as well. But this was a really fun project that I worked on over the last couple of years. I think I learned more about bowing in the improvised style from writing this book than from any other lessons I've taken. So I hope you enjoy this sample of an etude. Know that I plan to release a few more samples as time goes on. If anyone has any questions or would like to know a little bit more about the book or request a sample of chapter 1, simply head to the contact page on my website and you can reach me directly. Thanks.